Okay. And the focus. Good enough. Hey everyone, my name's Nick, and I've actually been on YouTube since 2006. This is my second channel, kind of starting over. I want to do it more officially, with more kind of adult content, more organization. My last channel, I'll post a link like right here or something, is still up, but I'm not going to be posting anything on it in the near future, or the foreseeable future. But I'm just doing this right now kind of as a formal introduction, because I do YouTube stuff, and I thought today I could read you guys from, it's reversed in my camera, from Ig Mroth Nig Map, my favorite magazine. No, but seriously, E3 was last week, and the week before, or something like that, and I've been following it very religiously, so I just thought a good way to introduce the internet to my new channel was for me to show you things that I'm passionate about, which is one, my first video, music. I'm seriously passionate about music. My second video, which is a very serious artistic attempt to inspire and motivate my audiences, and third, gaming. I would say those are the three things, along with film, of course, because this is a film medium. Those are the four things that I'm very passionate about. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about this issue of Game Informer, give me my commentary, and then you can post comments and we'll talk about it. It sounds great. Okay, first of all, let's see. First of all, I'm seeing the last month's issue was about Halo 4, and I never got a copy of last month's issue because for some reason, well, I did get a copy of it from my subscription and I lost it. Like the day I got it, I did not even get to open it. I put it somewhere and it's gone, so I never got to read that issue. But I will tell you what I think about Halo 4, given that E3 was last week. From what I've seen, I'm extremely impressed. I was definitely among the many Halo fans who would consider themselves diehards, who, upon hearing that Bungie was leaving the project and 343 was going to pick it up, I cringed and I cried and I was like, no, God, please. It ended on such a fantastic note, and let's not tarnish that because they did such a great job with it, and I really just don't want them to ruin something that I grew up with. You know, I've been playing Halo since around the end of Halo 1. Right before Halo 2 came out. I think that's when I got into Halo. But man, I was proven wrong. Halo 4 looks fantastic. I really love the mystery of it. I think one of the big factors that's making it so, look so awesome that people have been talking about is that it really brings back the mystery. The whole feeling of, I don't know what's going to be around the next corner, I don't know what I'm going to experience next, which is what they did so well in Halo 1. In Halo 2 and 3 and Reach, you kind of lost that. I mean, still excellent narrative for the following games, excellent narrative throughout the whole campaign of the series. But what they've really been missing for a long time is the mystery of it, and I feel like they got that back with the whole idea of embracing the Forerunners and the Prothean technology and whatever all that shit is. Okay, we got information about the Unreal Engine 4. Looks great. Moving on. Racing games. Yeah. For anyone who knows me will tell you, I am a huge fan of anything that isn't a sports game. Except Burnout. Burnout, fucking fantastic. So much fun. Here we have a brief one-page article on the new MMO Terra that is apparently formed in Korea, and what I really like about, what's really appealing to me about this MMO compared to other ones is that it's not an auto attack system. Instead of having your character like in WoW just stand there and hit, and then you cast a few spells and then they automatically hit, everything you do from spells to your physical basic attack is controlled. They didn't really specify how you do that, but they said it feels great, it feels challenging, and it's really going to add a new kind of layer of depth to MMOs. On the flip side, though, of that, apparently the whole leveling system up until you get to the level cap in Terra, the leveling system is quite boring. and there's only actually one leveling path, which means no matter what class or race you start as, you're going to be leveling through the exact same areas for the entire game. So on top of it being just a basic kill this many things for me, find this many things for me, it also is going to be redundant because you only have one area to play through the whole game. So at this point, I'm going to say I'm going to pass on Terra because I'm a big MMO guy, but I want to wait until maybe they add some more stuff to it. And in the meantime, I'm going to work my way up to getting a new computer so I can play Guild Wars 2. And moving on here, we have Gears of War Judgment, the official prequel that's apparently going to take place 15 years prior to Gears of War 1. Apparently I thought this was kind of interesting as far as the whole narrative and story arc goes. In the trailer and on the cover of the Game Informer, we see Baird and Cole being taken prisoner. And it's hinted that they went AWOL. They did something against regulation. And in here it says that because this takes place immediately after Emergence Day, new tactics were actually being evolved and worked upon to fight the Locusts, because humans were only used to fighting humans at this point. And Baird and Cole and his group, Kilo Team, were actually apparently they did something that was off regulation but was effective in fighting the Locusts, so they get in trouble and stuff. But at the same time, it's interesting to know. I mean, I'm just curious to find out what it is that they did that people weren't doing before. There's also the introduction of something called Overrun Mode, which is pretty much identical to Halo Reach's, I can't remember what it's called for some reason. The thing where you play as elites and Spartans and you swap off and you attack each other's things in 3 different parts. It's basically going to be identical to that, so looking forward to that. They've also added a class system for Beast Mode, Horde Mode, etc. Overall, I mean, I've always been a huge fan of the Gears series, so I'm certain that this is going to be a welcome addition to the franchise. And here we also have a very short article on the new Elder Scrolls expansion for Dawnguard. Apparently it follows the story of a vampire lord who wants to defeat his arch enemy, mortal enemy, which is the sun. And then it also follows the character of the Dawnguard, who wants to stop the Vampire Lord from killing the sun. So as in your character, you can either choose to follow the path of the Vampire Lord or the Dawnguard and follow the plotline through, and apparently both will have some pretty drastic endings, so that'll be pretty fun. Now, I don't own a PS3. The only Sony console I've ever owned is a PS1. Hopefully I'm going to get a PS3 pretty soon. But I'd like to comment on 2 things from E3. One is the new God of War game, God of War Ascension. It just looks plain fucking sick, like all of the previous God of War games have that I haven't been able to play. It's just awesome. Hack and slash, really fun, addictive combat. I'm excited. More so than that, I know a lot of people have been giving Sony shit for PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, which is Super Smash Bros. Yeah, that's true. What's wrong with that? Do you know how many games have borrowed cover-based combat from Gears of War? How many games have borrowed the heads-up and targeting systems from Halo? Every game from now on to the future is going to be a ripoff of a game that's already existed in some extent, because those games work. Super Smash Bros. Did fighting games perfectly, in my opinion. And I know that Sony's owned up to it. They said, yeah, Super Smash Bros. Is a fantastic game, and so we're going to try to create something like that because we know that people like those types of games. So I give credit, one, for Sony for doing that in the first place, but also for owning up to it. I think it's a bold move, but also one that will give them a lot of money. For the first time ever, I am genuinely interested in a Tomb Raider game. I have played maybe a collective 2 hours of Tomb Raider ever, and it's just not for me. It's so, it's very simple. It's very, I don't know, I feel like the whole concept, the whole control scheme, the gameplay mechanics have just been beaten to hell. But then you get this trailer out of nowhere for the brand new Tomb Raider from E3, and oh man, it looks outstanding. A lot of people have been commenting it's more like Uncharted. It's an Uncharted version of Tomb Raider. It's very brutal, very realistic, very dark, and it looks like it just handles very well. So I'm very excited about the new Tomb Raider. I will most likely be purchasing it for my Xbox 360. Then, of course, we come to this shit. Come on, guys. Haven't we had a fucking enough of Call of Duty? I watched the gameplay trailer that they had at the end of the Microsoft press conference, and man, I was just not at all impressed. I will say that I was a huge fan of Modern Warfare 1 through 3 for the campaign aspect. I thought multiplayer 1 and 2, transitioned from Call of Duty 4 to Modern Warfare 1, they had a really nice, they really kind of revamped the multiplayer and changed it a lot. But then you had Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 1, and it was all the exact same fucking thing. World at War also, excuse me, it's the same thing for every game. And it just totally lost its touch for me. After Modern Warfare 2, I was like, alright, I'm so excited to see how this story ends. It's going to be totally epic. It's going to be fucking World War 3. And it was, but man, what a letdown. I mean, there were a few 3 or 4 moments throughout Modern Warfare 3's campaign where I was like, wow, that was awesome. That was a lot of fun. But the majority of it, especially the ending, the very, very ending, when you finally, everything comes full circle and you achieve what you've been fighting for this whole time, it's just, you kill Makarov and it's over. Like, I'm serious. He's dead, he dies, and credits. What the fuck? I didn't play all of that just to kill one guy and then have it end right in my face. I mean, you need some kind of epilogue, something greater. I mean, the final fight given, it was pretty big, pretty high caliber, I would say, pretty exciting, but like, I don't know, it could have been so much better, I feel. So, Black Ops 2, absolutely not going to buy, not even going to play it, not one bit. Okay, now we're looking at some shit I'm really excited for. Dead Space 3. Dead Space 2, for those of you who don't know, has remained my all-time favorite third-person shooter, as far as control and overall atmosphere and just how it felt as a whole. I just had the best experience with Dead Space 2. I played through the campaign twice, which is something I usually don't do with games. I used to do it a lot when I was younger. I would play through a campaign, 7, 8 times, but nowadays it takes a lot for me to want to play through a campaign. And Dead Space 2, I played through it twice, and I'm looking at probably playing through it again and many more times in my future. What I know a lot of people were kind of concerned about with Dead Space 3 is that now there's the co-op option, or I'm not even sure if it's an option. It's kind of sounding like it's going to be mandatory, which would mean that you would either have online co-op throughout the campaign, or you could have a potentially really shitty AI as your co-op going through the campaign. Now, I'm sure the scale's going to be good, the game looks awesome, I'm sure it's going to handle just as well as the other ones did, but what's really concerning me is the co-op, because, I mean, does it really need co-op? A game like Dead Space? I don't think so. And that will actually conclude my summary of this month's issue of Game Informer. There's a lot of stuff that was E3 that I did not even begin to touch on. I definitely plan on it in future videos. Give you my commentary on like Pikmin 3, Assassin's Creed 3, a bunch of other stuff. So, but right now I am running out of memory card space, and I've already done one whole memory card's worth. So I will see you guys around. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe. It'll encourage me to make more videos. If I don't get subscribers, I'm just going to sit here and do nothing. Like forever.